And this is awesome once again. Now, before we get anything started, anybody got anything to share? Going once, going twice. All right. Now, I hope y'all been catching how we were saying the energy cultivation we're about to do is advanced fasting. On this journey, fasting and energy cultivation is not separate. Most people cannot make it because they're just trying to fast with no energy cultivation. And if you're doing energy cultivation with no fasting, that's another direction also. So the cultivation is the foundation, but your fasting is geared towards the cultivation. And it's not the quantity or how long. You are working on good quality of the sattva state. And you just can't make this up. I was just looking at some things, and we learned that everything is vibration. Even our physical bodies, everything's vibrating. And for those who don't know what a vibration is, it's just when atoms, the neutrons, protons, and electrons of an atom that makes up the atom are all in movement and make up physical matter all the time. They're all in movement. And the rate and the speed that they move is the frequency, or which determines if it's a solid, liquid, or gas. That's what determines it. How fast it's vibrating will determine if it's a solid, liquid, or gas. Sort of like you got ice, and that's just a word, but that's H2O in a solid form. Then if we thaw it out and the molecules start spinning faster, it becomes a liquid, what we call water. It's just a word, but it's still H2O. Then we can speed the atom even more, the molecules up even more, turn into steam in a gas state, but it's still H2O. This is important that we go over this because people got to learn their environment and really learn what's going on. That's why just having a spiritual mind, that's not going to do it. You got to put your intellectual body you're doing. So,
sorry, just 1 second. Morgan, can you just mute your mic if you don't mind?
Yes, sorry.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So they say, how can you feel your vibration? Things that you can do to feel your vibration. And I looked at this list they gave, and this is what we've been teaching. See, the truth is hidden in plain sight, but if they would have said this and you would have never on this path, it wouldn't have meant nothing. But now listen what it says. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Now we kind of know that one. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I went to a place one time, and somebody saying, you're not going to like that place, is this, is that, is this, is that. But as soon as I'm coming into that place, I met somebody who what? Not only they was fasting when I met them, they didn't even know me. They just came up out of conversation. They was also a meditator coming into a new place. Your vibe will meet your tribe. And that just means you'll meet people in your vibration. So that's why always keep paying attention to your vibration so you can keep meeting that response. And I think I told y'all this story one time. I heard, as I was growing up, I heard about vegetarianism. Heard about it, and I thought it was weird. Who in the heck want to do that? You know. But anyway, did I know a vegetarian? I knew one, and it wasn't even my friend. You know, somebody else knew him, and I know he's vegetarian. He's weird. But anyway, but as time went on, and I began to learn about diet, and I knew I had to make some changes. And then I heard about vegan. What is that? Well, that's not even no animal byproducts, blah, 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 blah. But I had to work up to that. But anyway, when I made that physical transition, all of a sudden, there was a whole vegan community all around me. I couldn't see them before. Why should we be friends? We weren't going out to eat together and, become new, the conversation wasn't the same. It was in a holistic lifestyle, and I was doing anything I felt was right. So we just never met. It wasn't even about judgment. But when I made those changes, my vibration changed. And out of nowhere, it seemed like, man, they've been here all along, and I couldn't see them before. But then as time went on, I started eating more live and raw foods and stuff like this. And I said, well, I know that's not around here, not where I'm from. Sure enough, there was a small little group that was there all the time. I couldn't see them before. This is powerful. And then as I learned meditation, I learned the meditation community. All these communities was on top of each other, even though it's in the same city. So that shows you the power of people's vibration. You're going to rotate no matter where you go to. Your vibration is going to send you to your tribe. But if it's not there, you just won't see it. It don't matter. Why should it matter? Because you're creating your life and you don't want that other vibration in. So anyway, number 2, be aware of your company. Well, of course, I mean, y'all got 2 different vibrations, and the universe is actually answering both of y'all's reality. There's going to be chaos. I ran into that many times. So I got to be aware of my company, especially I've been on a game. Yeah, nice to everybody, but I also had to know when to do my boundaries, because they're creating their reality too, and it can end up in mine, and I'm experiencing. It's just that real. Oh man, I could go on and on with stories like that. And when I see that take place, this was a good learning experience for me. I still took full responsibility. I was like, look what I had created. Because I allowed that person into my company. And now I had to ask myself, why did you do that? What's going on with you? Yeah, you start checking yourself more and more. So once you understand how serious vibration is, beware of your company. Now, of course, number 3, they just say increase life energy. Now, we know what they talk about, increase your energy. They could have put energy cultivation, meditation, increase your energy. Don't stay the same, increase it. Because you can. You can make your vibration faster. Now, you can't make this up. Number 4, increase your sattva. Increase your sattva. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it to y'all. And that's when both nostrils is open. So that goes with number 3. See how they give knowledge? Now, they could have just said, through meditation, energy cultivation, and your nostrils open, you go in the sattva state, enjoy that state. They didn't write all of it. I hope I said this right. So again, the Dunning-Kruger effect. People try to come into something, they think they know the subject. Confidence high, but they find out there's a lot they don't know. And now we're talking about advanced fasting. Yeah, and they're set up telling you. And they said increase your sattva. So they mean increase your sattva after you cultivate energetically, learn to enjoy it longer before you compromise yourself, before you corrupt yourself again. Oh, did I say that? Yeah, because all food, on the breathtaking level, all food brings forth corruption. Oh, did I say that? It performs the body, one way or another. And that corruption, if it's not dealt with, sooner or later, it's going to cause death. That's wild, isn't it? So they're saying increase your sattva. So I was saying earlier, If you didn't eat or drink nothing for an hour before your cultivation, did you cultivate for an hour or did you do an hour afterwards? Well, you can start doing it like this. Don't eat or drink nothing for an hour before your cultivation. Do your cultivation, but one day you might want to sit 2 or 3 hours in sattva. It's that day you feel like it. I think I told y'all this one time because I try to get this in people's mind. It isn't the traditional fasting that you think it is. When you are really cultivating, there'll be a day you will wake up, it won't be planned. You don't feel like eating. You're feeling good. You got plenty of energy. You recognize it. But the way to recognize it, this is why we're bringing up this sattva, this feeling. You'll say, okay, I'm in a meditative state right now. Oh man, I hope I'm saying this right. It'll just be one of those days, spur of the moment. And it won't be, I'm gonna do 3 days, 4 days. Just increase your sattva. Oh man. And even sattva is a level and degree, but first you got to master that for the breatharian knowledge. So number 5, silence improves your vibration, where it really does. Silence, I've been alone literally for 4 days now in this area. Yeah. Now, why? I love people. I'm a people person, but every once in a while you need a timeout so you can get back into your own thoughts. We influence each other. Because they're physical matter. It's physical matter you're dealing with. Thoughts is physical matter. They're all over the place. So every once in a while you gotta, even when I do retreats, and it took me a while to learn. Because sometimes after you do a good retreat, you work with the people and everybody says, let's go do this, let's go do that, and it sounds cool, but you need to wind down for a minute. So I had to make it a rule, say, wait a minute, let me wind down for a minute. Because you were sitting there teaching, and you're picking up everybody's energies. It's invisible. Transmuting them, all of this stuff. And it wore on you. You don't even realize it. If you don't give yourself time to wind down and you go and just roll with people without winding down, how should I say it? Y'all might bump heads, and it's because the vibrations is off. Y'all might bump heads and because the vibration is off. That's why you got to get your vibration to cool down. It was taking on all of this. You got this person by you now, still throwing stuff at you. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. And they don't even know it. But this is where we're at. So always give yourself these timeouts in silence to get your own energy back in check so you can know it's yours instead of mixed with other people's. Oh man. That improves your vibration. And then spending time in nature, now that's a big one. Always a big one. You can't beat that one. And even if you ain't near nature where there's a lot of trees and water and stuff, just being outside. So one thing, even though I've been in this area, I took a good walk and it felt good. Good walk, just being out there. Then took a chair, sat out for a while in the sattva state. Yeah, this is what we talk about, enjoying. Increase your sattva. That's the breatharian message. But it's a feeling state. It's a feeling state. Your mind is back into your body. You're taking full responsibility on how it feels and everything about it. But when you're running from it, moving, bending, trying to fast your way in, and your mind never got into your body, that's not gonna work. Now, and then listen to and share wisdom. Now, this is a good one. Communion. Listen to it and receive wisdoms. So to receive wisdom, that means you're talking to some wise people. But how powerful this energy is, you'd be surprised how much wisdom a fool will talk. Yeah, it'll make do. As long as you're carrying that vibration, it'll bring the best out of you. Yeah, it'll feed you just for that, but that helps you to grow. See, we was taught too in spirituality, we look at somebody up on a mountain all by themselves. They'd have found the secret of life. That's a famous cartoon. But actually, they say there was an argument with that in ancient times. It wasn't really meant to be like that. We're a unity consciousness. God grows in the midst of the people. So Sri Aurobindo in India, in Pondicherry, he did something real fascinating. He was the first one, and I think it's, well, I can't say it's the only one, but he's the first one who actually built a monastery. Not a monastery, what's that word? An ashram in a city. Most of them in India, they'll be way out because you think I need to be way out from the city in order to get my spirituality. He built it in the city purposely because he wanted to show the people spirituality is your everyday work. Being with your family, being with your children, living spiritual. And when he did that, because it wasn't really a city then, the city grew from that. The city grew from that. Now, of course, it got its situation now being a big city, but you can feel the vibration. It's totally different. But you got spiritual people there that's living their everyday lives in the midst of the people. That's what he encouraged. Oh, man, instead of running away from them. Holier than thou. Oh, man. But that makes sense. You do grow faster around people. There was a couple one time that had a baby, and they decided to keep their baby sheltered. Yeah, they did. That's their choice. Okay, it's their baby. But one day, I guess the girl's friend talked to her. We're having a get together, bring your baby along. Everybody else going to have their babies and children there. And but before they came, their baby was crawling backwards. There was nothing you could do about it. The baby just kept crawling backwards. But that night when they went to the get together, and that baby had a chance for the first time to play with other babies and children, it came out of that party crawling forward. The parents couldn't teach it to go forward. The other children did. It mimicked them. I'm on my vibration. And then after that, it was walking in no time soon. Yeah, it grew faster around others. So you'd be surprised how so that's why sharing with other people and also receiving information, you keep growing. And don't be scared of nobody challenging your information. That makes you stronger. It should get challenged. Oh man, should I say this? It should get challenged. So you can retweak it. I remember even before I came on the scene, internationally, I was working at this place. There was 3 people I used to practice on. Yeah. They had to listen to all of this every day. Believe it or not. It was like a punching bag on training. They knew what they was going to listen to going to work. Here we go, frequencies of vibration. Not even, here we go, we got to hear this stuff. Right. I got to give it to them. They trained me well. Use everything in your environment as a tool. Oh, man. Now this gets good. Spiritual transformation, energy transformation. So vibration is so important to always realize that everything is moving. Everything is moving. That's always say that. I'll throw it in there. Every day the body's different. The day is different. It really is. But sometimes we humans will say every day's the same. It's so boring, but it's really not. It's really not. You're getting real intricate. But once you understand everything is vibrating, because that's one of the Hermetic laws too, that's the tool for spiritual transformation. See, it's hard to transform if you think everything is solid and fixed. Think about that. That's a mindset. Everything's just solid and fixed. Hold on, let me get my light on here. But when you know everything is vibrating, moving, and the situation or circumstance today could be totally different tomorrow, that's some real stuff. And it makes you gain more confidence and settle into the Sattva state more. So there's a lot of times, oh, y'all ready for this? This is a big one, especially on the beginning of the journey. Sometimes you'll run to eating because of a stressful situation. Oh, am I right? Nobody gets away. A stressful situation appears itself, then you'll go to what? Find comfort. Find comfort. So it's hard to enjoy the sattva state. But when you start learning that everything is vibration, you start increasing your sattva. There could be a stressful situation. This is when you're growing, but you're still sitting in the sattva state. Some people, you'll master that quicker than others. Don't worry about it if you're not there yet. It'll come. You're still in the sattva state. Because it's going to melt away anyway. It's going to be an outcome anyway. Oh, man. So like they say, by you crying about it, they're going to change it. It's already going down now. So spiritual transformation, dealing with vibration is a tool. And hold on, let me find my other law. All right, here we go. All right, we don't need it. And it's a tool that helps us to release old patterns. Listen at this. To release old patterns when you have the knowledge of vibration. But that pattern is stay there if you think it's fixed. You can give up easy. It's just me. That's the way I am. But when you understand the law of vibration, you start exercising it. And you knowing everything is moving, even though it looked fixed. Oh, it's moving. It will help you to release old patterns. And don't it feel good to unleash to let go of a pattern, even if it's just for a day? Man, it feels good. Even enjoy that moment, whether you go back to it or not. And that's the sattva state again. You sit up there compromising with your mind. You're going home. One side of your mind is saying you should go hit that restaurant one more time. The other mind is saying I should, just go home, chill out, and get me a good meditation in the morning. This war is going on. So here's the scenario. One minute you say, oh, well, let me go into the restaurant. Now, you still wake up and do your cultivation, but you knew it could have been somewhere else. Did you enjoy the food? The only thing you can say is, yeah. Then that day come along again. Same conversation happened. You said, not tonight. I got more power over the situation. Yeah. And you go ahead and don't look back. Wake up in the morning feeling energized, cultivating. It feels good. You just had a victory. You just released an old pattern. That's the start. That's the start of the battle. How the saying goes, if you could do it once, you could do it again. Oh man, it's all right here. This is just this physical body, just a vibration. That's why in the CIA papers, they got the holographic universe in there, and that was way back in 1983. And not just saying, that's saying in anything that's small is part of the whole, and everything that's whole have the smallness in it, but everything's connected. A mirror image. So it helps you to release old patterns and blockages and limiting beliefs that lead to align you with your highest self. All of that. Blockages. So when we're doing energy cultivation work, this is what you're doing. See, it's bigger than just the name we gave it. Meditation. We just try to figure out a name. Qigong. They're just words. What a person needs to do is just, this is what you mean by letting go. When you're letting go by getting your mind into the body. And it might hurt in the beginning. You've been eating all your life, yeah, it's going to hurt coming back in. Yeah, and then maintain it till the mind fully takes over this territory. And then the higher influxes of energy can come in because the body can hold it. This is powerful, and we're breaking it down inch by inch. So that's the tool for transformation. And the next one is, oh man, do everyone has a vibration? We'll come back to that one. Do everyone has a vibration? Well, you know the answer is yes, but we're gonna make it make more sense. How you can use this to your advantage. And not only to your advantage, if it's an advantage to you, it's an advantage to everybody else. That's just how we think on this path. In the world, people look on advantages for themselves, but not for everybody else. But on this, the unity consciousness, it's sort of like a wave that's coming. The big ship go up, also the little ships around it. Everything going up. Oh man, this is powerful. Everybody eating. So let's go ahead and get us a good position. Any questions before we continue? La, la, la. We've been working. All right, let's get a good position. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Now we focus on the neck and slowly make nice full circles going clockwise. That's good. Now let's reverse another direction. Breathe. And that's good. Now let's go to the shoulders. Make nice full circles going forward. Now let's go backwards. Now one shoulder at a time, going forward. Breathe. And now let's go backwards, reverse it. I got caught up there for a minute. Slap by state. And that's good. Now let's go to the hips, feet past your shoulders, hands on the hips, make nice full circles going clockwise. We're increasing our vibration by increasing our energy work. Now let's go the other direction, reverse it. And that's good. Now let's put the feet together. Knees slightly bent. Rub those hands together. Hands on the knees. And slowly go clockwise. And now let's go the other direction. Breathe. And that's good. Slowly come up. Oh, well, we'll do the other part next time. One hand in the front, one in the back. See, I'm in the sock bra state. I'm just all feeling good. All right, slowly go forward, swimming in the ocean of energy. Breathe. Now let's go backwards, reverse it. I'll slowly swoop that energy, bringing it up the spinal cord. All the way up. Breathe. Feel out every movement, every body part. Now make a ball with the hands on the last one. Slowly come up on the legs. Feel that power. Here we go. Raising our vibration. This is how you know. The indications. Well, what is it? How you know you're raising. Now slowly go from side to side. And this is advanced fasting. Your body is detoxing right now. It's in the fasting mode. It's healing. It's in the healing mode. Now you can move the body in any direction. Circulate the blood throughout the body. Breathe. Breathe. Every movement, you're massaging the organs. Circulate the blood flow. Energizing the cells. Energizing the ATP. Breathe. And your charge is charging. And all this energy is in the atmosphere all around us and going through us, healing the body. This is why this is a health message. You should be healthier, stronger, more flexibility, more stamina. This is not the traditional fasting. That's temporary for the body. You do it too long, it eats the body. This is fasting when you're allowing the light to detoxify the body, nourish the body, detoxify the body, absorb the energy all in one. It's growing from level to level. Breathe. Now, just stand still, straight up and down. And take your left hand and put it on your left hip, your right hand straight up in the air, and then lean towards the left as far as you can. Stretch and breathe. Slowly come back. Hands down to the side. The body adjusts itself. Now your right hand on your right hip, left hand straight up. Then lean towards the right as far as you can and breathe into it. Slowly come back. Oof, that felt good. Now put the feet together. And what we're going to do is bend downwards using our lower back, bringing our forehead to our knees. As far as you can, keep the legs straight. Get you a nice stretch and breathe. Stretch even further. Now slowly come up using one vertebrae at a time, using your lower back first. Slowly. Just stand straight up and down. Feel how the body feels. Breathe naturally. Now shift your weight to your left. Bring your right leg up. Grab it with one or two hands. And just hold it and breathe into that area. Stretch it even more. Now slowly release. The body balance itself out. Shift the weight to the right. Bring the left leg up. Grab it with one or two hands. And relax into it. Breathe. Stretch it even more. Now slowly release. Feel how the body feels. Now we'll stand in this position for a few minutes. Using your own body structure. Relax into it and breathe. Relax and breathe. One more minute. We'll slowly rock the spinal cord back and forth. Hands up in the air, breathing in and breathing out. We'll slowly make a nice ball with the hands. It's all about allowing the light to work for you. Repetition. Slowly move it back and forth again. Circulate it all throughout the body. Breathe. 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 Now slowly rub the hands together. Give ourselves a nice energy shower. Get you a nice sit down position. I was just warm up. Now, first position, sitting down. This one. Imagine a sattva state. How y'all feeling so far? Well, we're doing it. A lot of energy, but the body loves it. And then we'll get used to it more and more and more. That's what it's about. If it ain't used to it, how's it ever gonna grow or transform? Just like a seed, go through stress before it hits the ground, all that tension taking place. But once it make it up to the sun, that's all she wrote. So spine nice and straight, and just sit regular, and just relax. And imagine just on certain days or every day, just sit down and relax like this. It ain't even called Qigong no more. You're just enjoying the energy. No expectations, just being. Let's let go even more. Feel its sensations. Just enjoy it. Everything's meant for our good. Now slowly take the hands and bring the palms upwards and lay them on your thighs. And just relax and breathe. The position in the hands dictates how the energy flows within the body. Just receive. This is fasting. The sattva state. Make a connection with the light. Breathe. Now slowly go to the center. The position up near your shoulders, like you're holding a giant beach ball. Relax into it and breathe. Slowly bring the hands together. Relax into it and breathe. Enjoy the sattva state. This is fasting, all in one. Relax the shoulders. Relax the chest. Relax the whole body. Bring the hands all the way up. Just relax into it. Couple minutes in this position. And slowly swoop down to the belly button, channel it up the spinal cord. Visualize that energy. Make a nice ball with the hands. Use your intent. Feel that power. This is advanced fasting. This is fasting. Fasting food and stuff along by itself. You cultivate the energy. It's the energy that detoxes the body on a deeper level than just a physical food. Everything is vibration, even our thoughts. Now, if your intent, will share it with everybody else. Focus on the ball. Put your family, friends, and loved ones aside the ball. Humanity and all sentient beings aside the ball. Love, joy, and peace aside the ball. And on the count of 3, let's lift it up to the universe. 1, 2, 3. Up, up, and away. Every time we change ourselves, we change the world. Put those hands together. Woof. A lot of energy. So the energy is no problem. There's 2 things. How everybody feeling for number 1? We just got pretty deep. And how do we eat? Do we devour something? Break it down, tear it down? We absorbed it. Those are the different ways of eating. Tear down, break in pieces, or absorb. You're learning how to absorb more of your needs. Oh man, this is good. So, ooh, that feel good. Before you rush, just feel your body for a minute. It's the sattva state. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. This is how it feels. And one thing about people, I don't think I got any blockages, la, la, la. It ain't about somebody telling you got blockages. You do this exercise, you're going to know where they're at. That's between you and the light. Nobody gets away. Oh, man. It's what you're working with. So, does every person have a vibration? Well, that answer is yes, but let's explain on a scientific level. The human body is made up of electronic vibration with, oh, now listen to that word, I'm gonna stop right there. Now look how they do this writing. They put electronic on the front of it. They put electronic on the front of vibration. They could have just said this human body is made up of vibrations, but they put electronic vibrations. This is why you got to read a lot deeper, get different references, put them together. Electronic vibrations with each atom and elements of the body, because your body is made up of atoms, elements. They're just breaking it down in different levels, but that's what it's made out of. And each organ and organism having its electronic unit of vibration. So not only each organ, each organism, a turtle, a human, a dog, has its own electronic vibration. There's actually a scale that will tell you the vibration of a healthy woman is a number, and the vibration of a healthy male. same, but they're two different vibrations. Everything has its different vibrations. But now this is where it gets good. What makes the totality of that number is each organ in a healthy state has its vibrational number. Give you an example, liver might be 500, kidneys might be 200, heart might be 700. And then you take all of those numbers from all the organs, put them together, and that's how you come up with that total number of a healthy human being. Whew. Sattva state. But now this is where it gets good. This is why they tell you, especially in Chinese medicine, if one organ is having problems, it affects the number of the total organism. That makes sense. The healthy kidney is supposed to be 200, but it's 170. Well, that does affect the whole number. Now, does that mean that the organism is no longer healthy? No, it got a leeway, but the number changes. And that's why they also tell you if one of the chakras is blocked, it affects the rest of the chakras. This is all dealing with vibration again. It affects the total organism. So when you're cultivating, you're learning how to affect the whole organism simultaneously. And by a holistic lifestyle, not just one area, not just one thing, totality. Go ahead and open up all the doors and the windows. But the key is each organ and organism having its own electronic unit of vibration necessary for the sustenance of an equilibrium in that particular organism. This is key. Look at they use that word sustenance. Your sustenance on what you really need is based on a number, a vibrational number. So that's what starvation is, because people starve to death, they still can have food. There was a woman eating fruits only, and she starved to death. How did she starve if she was eating? Because what they're saying, the electronic vibration that she needed to keep her organism going as being a human woman, that number is on her. It didn't get over a prolonged period of time, so she died. Even though she was consuming something, she died. Because in order to sustain it again, it's all about the electronic vibration first. I hope this doesn't make sense. This is why you're cultivating. Just now, when we just did that exercise, you just raised your vibration to where it was when we started. So you met some needs. I ain't say all needs because you're just starting out. You met some needs of your body already that you don't right now have to go outside yourself. Not right now. That's why you're enjoying the sattva state. But the body needs fully healed. It needs blockages released, habits. They're all in the body, which is the subconscious mind. But again, it's an electronic signature. And they brought up that word equilibrium. And the root word is that is equal. Your body is always trying to the best it can to balance itself out. So we're just doing this, aligning ourselves, and no matter how you can't wait to, this is a lot. But the body balances itself out. Depending on your health, now you can't do it all at once overnight. It depends how you was living a certain lifestyle, what's in you. So that's why you're just coming back gradually and slowly so you keep little by little. So you won't pass out. Oh, man. And right now, you're sitting in a sattva state. You're enjoying it. This is what you should feel like, at least on this level. So now you know what to look for. So the one woman on here, I can't do past 9 days because, and I'll die and because you were just fasting. Mm-hmm. Putting a lot, and fasting alone puts a lot of stress and tension on the body. And the light ain't coming through because you wasn't cultivating. Cultivation is the advanced fasting. And that thing we call fasting is just preparation for a better meditation. I hope this is making sense. Got to change it around. Everything got railroaded, infiltrated. Oh, man. So now vibration and energy, what's the difference? Why do you feel like you have more energy now after that little exercise? Vibration and energy. Well, vibration is when you got an atom, and neutrons, protons, electrons, is all spinning, doing their thing, they're moving. And they're so compact together, it seems like this is solid. But based on how fast they're going, that's what amount of energy you have. Do that make sense? The slower they're going, it feels like you're out of energy. So that's why you're releasing. All meditation should deal with this. This how it should be taught. You're basically relaxing, and the relaxing response breaks up the stress and tension inside of the body. That's down to vibration. Have you ever seen anybody who looked good on the outside due to the standard of the world? But they got so much health problems inside. This is what we're talking about. This is what we mean by internal work. And this is what spirituality means by going inside. I know people been closing their eyes like they're really going somewhere, but they didn't know. We went through that phase of ignorance. No, going inside is when you are going in with your body to see what's going on under there. Oh, it's just that simple. Oh. Somebody got to say it. Now let me see. So again, to repeat. Repeat, hold on. Repetition. And that word repetition is so powerful because it's for training purposes. See, right now we're training. You are a straight up trainer. That's how you got to look at it. Mm-hmm. And anybody know to become good at something, you have to repeat. 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 Because hopefully, well, especially if you're going to be a soul within, you really want to know energy. Mm-hmm. You know what you're talking about. Won't be mythical. But it's for training purposes. So we got this class now. We'll be meeting again in the morning. Your mind should be, what should I do from now until then? I know we're going to be working again. Again. Now, I always say this about people, and people are nice, but this shows that people, it's harder than what you think because you're going directly to the light. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of like that parable when you were born into the cave. So everything looked normal. The lighting in the cave looked normal. You're born into the cave. But one day you go to the cave entrance and the sun is beaming and you look, it's just too much. Can't even see because you've been in the cave for so long. And the only antidote for that is slowly and gradually. Repetition, get your eyes used to the sun, your skin used to the sun, all of this gradually and slowly. And then pretty soon, man, I remember that used to hurt. So this is why, this is a big message. People running from the light. This is the light you're working with. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Just surrender to it gradually and slowly. But if you know it's hurting you, and you try to run out of the cave and run out there, right, you might catch on fire like a vampire. Yeah, that's how much it is. Yeah, this isn't no put down either. This vibration of the physical body and compared to the energies that's out there, you even will go into a black hole and turn into spaghetti. Your body will turn straight into spaghetti. There's some great powers out there. So that's why we as humans cannot be over egotistical like so many are. And the more you learn, the more knowledge you learn, the more humble you become, the more ignorant you understand we are. Some things we'll never be able to do, but the things we'll be able to do, and this is harvesting energy. Yeah, you are doing it. They like, can you doing it? You are doing it. But you just must know the power, the value, the technique. And it ain't got nothing to do. I got to say it again. So I got to hit home. Fasting your way in. There's too much on the body. Too much stress, too much tension. You got weak. And then you're sitting there waiting for the energy to come. I seen people do that. I was at a retreat. I didn't know the man was not eating. And I said, so how's it going? He said, oh, good, but I'm just waiting for that energy to come. Lips all dry. And I said, whoa. I said, but you're such hurting, you can't hear the information that's being said. So that means you came to a retreat, starving yourself, feeling weak, and you really can't hear the information that's being said. So when you leave here, you really gonna leave with nothing. I said, at least go get some water or some tea. And he did, and it changed him. Just, yeah, how do you? I said, this is all I'm asking for. The extremity gotta go. But then again, he came from those regions where they was doing that 21-day process. It was going all through their heads. It was hard to break that, still is. Mm-hmm. Oh man. But since we're looking at fasting differently, you are fasting right now. Every session we have, look at it as a time period that you don't eat or drink, at least that time period. Everybody's on different levels. Now, if you can't, if you're on medication or something, that's understandable. But you got to start putting this body in another cycle. Mm-hmm. And it could do a lot of things. Matter of fact, the human's greatest weapon is his mind. We have moved all over the planet. All over the planet. That's powerful when you look at it. And it's due to our tool making, all of this stuff. The way you think, even making clothes to be in a colder climate. Mm-hmm. Other animals ain't do that. We running around naked, no fur. Oh man. So we got some defaults against us, but we also got some explosive stuff for us. So you got to find out what those explosive stuff are, but there was a price to pay for it because there's some things think mythical like you're going to do it. You traded off something for something else. Evolution don't care. Universe don't care. All it is just got his energies out there. You got to figure it out. Oh, I hope I said this right. But those are powerful energies. Once you get them properly, you'll see things differently. Your body start behaving differently. All of this stuff. So any questions before we continue? La, la, la.
Just wanted to share a few phrases that came to me, just like it's interesting to think through like how we call it advanced fasting now. It's also like holistic fasting. It's like and the thing is like the other fasting that we were doing before, at least talking with myself, it's like partial fasting. When you really get it, it's like And not only that, we were doing extended partial fasting, depleting. And how you say, even when people eat, they can die just from that, from bad food. So it's what is left after you do all this fasting, all the stuff that you didn't deal with, all the chaos inside. And so it's like partial extended fasting with the internal chaos.
Right.
So of course, like, it's not gonna work, but we didn't know there's another thing to work with.
Right. This is how science works. You keep working with a topic until it gets better and better. Can you imagine how many people we take riding planes for granted today? But can you imagine how many people pay the price? Yeah, but humanity didn't give up until we tweaked it, figured it out. All of this stuff came about. It's the same when we work with our internal science. So it ain't no put down. We can't blame the people, the forerunners before us who were saying, just fast your way in and you got to believe, and the angels are going to come and start feeding you some water and some manna from heaven. And then you're going to sync up with the seven dimensions in the universe. That's how they was talking. And the third pump so your kidneys will start working. Yeah, I read that. They was talking like that. Now, Jasmine is a good buddy of mine. And she said, when she wrote that book, Living on Light, she used the language people was used to at that time. And there was the New Age, blah, blah. So it talked on that level. But the thing about the New Age, blah, blah, it sounds like good philosophy, but how did you manifest it? This is the problem. How do you actually manifest it without being mythical with it? So that's when you start digging even deeper. So now we're figuring out a new way to look at fasting. It ain't partial fasting. No, okay, there is a fasting your way in. Okay, we can say that. This is the way you do it. That's science for you. The old way, you take what works, throw away the stuff that ain't work, go back to the drawing board, and come out with another something else. But you ain't got to throw away the whole thing. As human being, we in the age now, we know we working with frequency, vibration, energy. I mean, they telling you all over the place. Frequency, medicine, this and that, sound vibration, light vibration, biophoton therapy, all over the place. You just got to learn to put it together. See, even something simple as this. Do I feel it? Yeah. And before, I just would have looked at this as dead. One day I took this light. Somebody's shoulder was hurt. But I said I should move the energy out of their shoulder. You ain't intimidated no more. We're being stimulated by everything. Oh, that's powerful, ain't it? That's how you use it. It's all energy. I remember I was watching a Silver Surfer one time. You know me, here we go. He was like, you need something to eat? He went up to the light, put his hand near it. Now that might sound mythical every time you're thinking mythical. But if you start playing with your lights, turning them on and off, you'll start feeling it on your skin, coming off. Yeah, it's more than just your eyes. Everything in our environment is affecting us. So you're opening up your consciousness to that. Before it was shut down to that. That's what the hiddenness mean, or somebody being spiritually blind, which means energetically blind. But once you start finding out everything is energy, oh, it's a whole nother ball game. Whole nother ball game. So yeah, that's a good one right there. Now we looked at a new way of fasting. It's going to keep on tweaking itself. And the thing about it is, you know, sometimes we tell people gradually and slowly, which that'll always be out there because everybody got to carry their own load. However, usually when more people start transitioning on something, the people that's after there will come along a lot more smoother. You know, because some people already worked out the cranks. This is what we're dealing with. So that it'll come out a little bit smoother. So it's more or less, it's established itself now in that phase. It got a lot going for it. It's established itself. They'll make it easier. But right now, we're still going through a cultural imagination battle. That's all it is. Cultural imagination battle. Remember when we said people, they ain't warring because of more land or more food. They're warring because of their imagination. That's powerful. They just had a demonstration here in Kenya that was relating that to the same thing happening here. It was unnecessary, but it went down anyway for an imagination. Oh man. But what did Einstein say? Now I got one down. Hold on. Also, even Einstein said everything in life is vibration. And these atoms are in a constant state of motion. A constant state of motion. Mm-hmm. And the thing about fasting, it is powerful. You're sitting here, this vibration. You already got your own energy signature. And by eating, you're adding stuff to your vibration. You're adding stuff to your vibration. Now, your body will shake it off soon, what we call using the bathroom, because it's going back to its natural state. It's rejecting it. Oh, this is good. So, once you understand, that's why I read that, you got your own electronic signature, you don't need this no more. Mm-hmm. But now the key is, this is why these studies and teachings are showing you the energy that's all around you, abundant. So you're cultivating in a sattva state, we're saying, that's advanced fasting. It ain't that you're not going to this, you're dealing with the other forces that sustains your body. Oh, I hope this is making sense. The energy is produced from how fast the vibration goes. A couple of nights ago, I couldn't sleep. What was that? The vibration was off the hook. I was like, oh no. I just stayed up on it. Mm-hmm. So we can know what's going on. You can raise the vibration or lower it anytime. And it don't mean good or evil. It just is. It don't mean good and evil. And that's why they say be careful who you putting down or laughing at. They can raise their vibration anytime. It's just that real. Oh man. Now this is where it gets good. Listen how they wrote these spiritual stories. Because sometimes we think, as humans, once you get to a certain point, you have to stay there. But the question is, do you? Especially once you learn how to ride a bike. So let me give you an example. They had this one story. So let's go back to the 21-day process in breatharianism. It was a total disaster because humanity was not ready for it. See, now I'm going to change it. Humanity is not there yet. They think they are, but they're not. It busts your bubble every time. However, there's truth to it. There's truth to it. It's for a person who already knows the direction. So they had a story of a monk, living on a mountain by himself, and basically he was a breatharian. He didn't need nothing or didn't need much. That's how he was living. But one day the king heard about him and wanted to meet him. So the king invited him to the palace. So the monk came to the palace and the king showed him around and treated him nice. You can stay here as long as you want. So the monk said, I might as well stay here for a minute, meet the people in the city. It's been a long time. Then over a period of time, he ended up partaking, in this and that. He knew there wasn't nothing wrong with that. So he's taking on stimuli of the body. But his body will get rid of it. But anyway, as he stayed longer and longer, he ended up staying for a whole year. But now he realized, all right, I got to get my vibration back like it used to be. This is enough. We're talking common sense again. So he said bye to the king, their friends. He leave back to the mountain, and he could completely let go because he'd been in that state before. Once you understand the direction, it's easy. I hope this makes sense. Once you understand a direction, it's easy. But if you've never been on that direction, and it's not going to happen, the body never got trained. Oh man, so that 21-day process was too advanced for the masses because it was new to them. That Western mind. So that's why you got to cultivate yourself, get into this. And cultivation, it becomes part of your identity. So when that monk was living in there all those years, he's always in a cultivated sattva state. Somebody else, you got to force them. Come on, let's do it. It's 12 noon. I had a retreat not too long ago. Not here, but somewhere else. Oh, boy. People meant well. But every session, he was late. I mean, like an hour. Every session. And it was so terrible with the timing that, but I had to be patient. They don't understand how serious this cultivation is. Their monkey mind kept taking them. Okay, where's so-and-so? So-and-so here. Oh man, it was something. But that was the first one there. First time it was there. They want to do more, want to train more. So everybody you meet, don't be trying to push them too hard, or don't try to push yourself too hard. That's what you can handle. But this is a lot of power. Oh my gosh. So any more questions before we continue? No.
Yeah, so the other day I had asked about your thoughts on physical immortality, and I ended up doing a laying down qigong, so with like the winds and the waves and the sun and everything. I was just so luxuriating in the spaciousness. I didn't respond, but so I was, first of all, hysterically laughing when you said that there's like a lot of people who taught on physical immortality and they're all dead. That was like the funniest thing ever. And then yeah, basically like when you know who you are, it doesn't really matter, and that there's no such thing as a physical. It doesn't really matter if you're in this body or another projection, another hologram. Like I received an email from Jasmine maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago saying that she was preparing to leave this planet and she was very excited about it. And I've also known people who consciously take Mahasamadhi. So it's, and that's just whatever term that they use, right, to describe no longer inhabiting this like hologram or virtual projection or body. So yeah, I was just wondering, I guess, what your thoughts were on all of that.
Oh yeah, and I threw it out there. I mean, see, something like that. See, it's just like how you're learning how you're healing yourself now. You're just living a lifestyle that you're living in a constantly healing state. See, the old program we were under, we actually lived it. You know, because that dictated the behavior and the lifestyle. But when you start changing the behavior of a lifestyle, I mean, a lot of this is common sense. Right now, we do live in a society. If you ask them, Google all of this on what can I do to better my health and this and that, they all going to say the same thing. This basic stuff for everyday, you know, diet, exercise, just what we're saying. However, a lot of people is stuck in the rat race, all this other stuff, making other decisions. You know, everybody got their thing going on. So, but anyway, for somebody to declare that this is physical immortality is true, you can't say that. So even if you live to be 300, you got the new record for humans. Do we still say that's physical immortality? How could we? But we'll give you credit up to there. But once one person expands the age cycle that we really know without making it up, that gives potential to the whole species. So that's how I've come up with my thoughts on it. But it is being worked on. It always has been. Many different branches all over the planet for me to, so my views on it to say, oh, it don't exist. That's the big one right there. To regenerate yourself. It's very powerful to heal yourself. Think about that. It's very powerful to learn how to heal yourself and take responsibility for it. So if anything, that's physical immortality. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, taking like absolute responsibility for everything is essential. And like you said, once you get started and you've energized the programs or the path that you're interested in, then it really does become it's automatic. Like also like right now I signed up for the thing for your website. So it was like how Purell said last time, it's like the 2 hours there and then the 2 hours here and then the other 2 hours and then I'm have my whole day is like lived this way and it's so beautiful because I have experienced this many times in my life and consistently, but I have always then refocus myself on other activities for periods of time because that was what I chose and I found them like interesting. But I had been wanting to reacclimate to this place and continue it forward. And so it's such a blessing to connect with you and Frederick in this group. So thank you for being you and sharing yourself.
And it's not like we said, there's going to be fireworks that day. I've achieved physical immortality.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine. Oh, this was so funny. Now he lived in the cave also, and he was a yogi. He literally lived in the cave for 20 years and without no money. Yeah, he was tough. And then he met me. I came to the Canary Islands, but when I got there now, something changed. He got a little baby and he got a girl now. He got a girl, got her pregnant. So he's babysitting the baby. But as time went on, this is what he said to me. Now I realize I lost my immortality. Now, what did he mean by that? Well, relationships is good, having babies is good, but he was at an age where he had that once before. He raised a family before he went on that. He was an older man before he went on his venture. But on that venture, he chose to start another family, which changes the lifestyle.
You're speaking directly to my experience. I was living like solo this way, and then I chose to have a relationship, but I haven't had a family yet. So I was still extremely young. Like when I chose with the avatar, I was in my teens. So, but yes, and so it's so great to get back to this space and to have such a supportive partner, having enjoyed all the luxuries of life together.
That's the new. Mm-hmm. But going back to what he said, man, I lost my immortality. So during that time period, he didn't know he was immortal until he went into another phase of a lifestyle. So that was a good message for me. Elitom, you're immortal right now, you're free.
Mm-hmm.
You can do what you want to do, but this is what can happen. You're already immortal, you're free. So how do you know? You usually see a person, even dealing with energy. You don't know how much energy you have until you become exhausted. When you're not exhausted, you don't have to know how much energy you got. But when you're exhausted and slowing down, then you know how much energy you got. So we got to be aware and make these things our lifestyle. And as you get more experience, and like you said, there's nothing wrong with what choice you make, but there's going to be a change of lifestyle. You got to keep that in mind. Oh man, this is good. So once again, anybody else? We'll be meeting again for some in the morning, for some at night. We're going to be cultivating tough. So in the meantime, keep that thought on your mind. And whatever you want to do, but enjoy this sattva state for a minute. How you feel right now, whether it be a half an hour, 45 minutes, hour. Say, okay. And even if you go break it with a meal, make it ritualistic. Just don't be, all right, now I'm about to come out of my sattva state. Chew the food. Don't eat a lot. This is a whole nother lifestyle. They go hand in hand. So that's for sure. So of course, this lifestyle I'm living, there's a lot of experiences I wouldn't have had if I wasn't at other Create New Families, already got one. So, but it's good when you need to, but we're just saying, those are changes of lifestyle. All this is good. So once again, we had a good one. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna go take me a good walk. It's nighttime here. Then I'm coming in to lay it down to conserve the energy. Why waste it? Learn some more. Think about what we just talked about. I love that. That's food right there. Good thought. Digging, digging. Like they say, in order to get the right answer, you must answer the right questions. And I love this. So once again, we had another good workout, another good training session. So peace and blessings, and have the best day or night ever. La, la, la.